beautiful bayou Lacombe. Right up here they got something working. Looks like either some jacks or some reds. Not really interested in that, but this is an awesome place to fish. As you can see, I got my jacket on. Just starting off the beginning of the fall. I'm gonna throw a little bit of top water just for fun this morning. Golly, they got, look at this, y'all. They got shrimp jumping and getting just blasted by, I guess that's reds. I don't really know. Saw a lot of drum on this shoreline the other day, but I don't know if drum would be blasting something like that. Could be jacks. All right, I'm right in the wheelhouse now. Not really sure what that was. There's a big shrimp jumping out the water. And just a tremendous explosion. Here's the birds again. Turn the boat so maybe you can see. I wish this was all specks. It is. I think it's something mighty big. I had to put the top water down for some crazy reason. Couldn't get hit on top. But it's a bunch of reds running shrimp right at the mouth of Lacombe. You can see the birds hovering. They know what's going on. You got the birds fishing just like I'm fishing. I mean, I cast, as soon as I casted this lemonhead matrix out, I didn't even jig it, it hit the bottom. He was all over it. I'm really shocked they didn't hit the top water. Not saying they wouldn't have, but I should have got blown up on the first couple casts. Just a beautiful start to the morning. This isn't really what I came over here looking for, but we'll play with these if they're wanting to give themselves up like this. Perfect slot red. That's what we've been seeing a lot of lately, is these upper slots. This is a beautiful start right at the mouth of the beautiful Bayou Lacombe. I don't come out here that often. It's a little bit of a ride from my house, but this is one fabulous place to fish in the fall. So we started off the morning at the mouth of the bayou. I hope the video camera caught some of those explosions on them reds hitting the shrimp. Caught a red, missed a couple. They were a little bit bigger, so didn't want to mess with them too much, but it was a really cool sight to see. Now I came up in the bayou. I was working the main bayou itself, not really doing anything. And then just kind of push into this little ditch right here using the lemon head matrix shad on a golden eye jig head. Got our first trout of the morning. What we got here? Is that a trout? I hope so. This dude, oh my goodness, that fish was 2.25. It's a monster for around here. Can't believe I missed it, of course. But what I'm fishing right now, this is prime example of something that speckled trout love in Louisiana. Got a narrow, tiny ditch, but with good deep water flowing into the main bayou. They got some people fishing the back end of it where it dumps into the shallower pond, and they'll like to get in that. I'm up towards the mouth of it where it dumps into the main bayou, catching a few fish here. But there's got a little life in here. I'm gonna have to look on the GPS, see how many bayous they have coming off of here, because this is definitely the kind of stuff they're wanting to be in, because they weren't really in the main bayou. And yeah, there he was. And I can see the locals are obviously on to something, focusing in on where this ditch meets the ponds back there. But this ditch, for being small, looks pretty deep. It's a solid 10 foot, I'd say. I'm getting plenty of bites. I'm having to let that jig head get all the way to the bottom. I mean, they're thumping it, boy. They're thumping it. Well, white trout that time. Right before it was a beautiful speck. Can't believe I missed it. That probably would have been the fish of the day for sure. Little whitey. Alright. Chilly boat ride this morning. The sun's peeking out there now. Starting to warm up. Shred that jacket. I'm gonna go ahead and come back out this ditch here. Tried to press into the back a little bit there, but there's several of the locals back there that have it tied up. And we're gonna try to work this mouth again. That's obviously the hot spot where this ditch dumps into that pond. But I'm gonna come out of this ditch, look on the map, see if they got any other ditches right by. Try to stay on this pattern here for a little bit. Now the other day, I came out here and I was fishing the main bayou, caught a few in the main, and then I went to Bayou Liberty. Did pretty well over there. Caught several nice trout. And maybe we'll try that a little later if we need to. But nice little morning so far, nothing crazy. Where I caught a few earlier. Now I'm just approaching it at a different angle. Got us a nice head shaker right here. Oh, we're missing way too many fish this morning. Way too many fish. Another keeper trout. There we go. Little keeper trout. Working the mouth of this bayou. It's close. Let me put him on the measuring stick. Saw a shrimp skip right on the bank. That's why I turned around and cast it behind the boat. Had a feeling that was the old green trout causing ruckus. Sure was. So, a little Cajun slam so far this morning. We got redfish running the banks, chasing shrimp at daylight. Got some trout in the ditches. Had some bass on the banks in the ditches. A little bit of everything hitting this lemonhead matrix shad. Made a run way to the west, found a little bayou on the map. Never been here my entire life. Just looked for something that looked as similar to what I was fishing off of Lacombe. When I was running over here, I was so far to the west that I could even see the causeway out in the distance. That brought back some memories on catching trout way bigger than this one, but we'll take it for today. Another beautiful trout. I mean, these are some fine fish for this little tight bayou right here. Fine fish. That is a September beauty. I think we're getting right into October. Beautiful fish. I knew I was going to get one on that cast. I saw a shrimp jumping out the water right on the bank. I bombed it over it right, and it landed right where he was jumping. Look at that. Same thing as last time. See a shrimp jumping tight to the bank? You can bet your bottom dollar it's a green trout. Wow, that was awesome. I was reeling that fish in, and 3 of them were behind him. There is a lot of fish in this little ditch. First time ever in here, I'm impressed with it. Gotta start checking some more little winding bayous off the Pontchartrain shoreline. All right, well, this little bayou that we found here, it's your classic Louisiana trout bayou, and where the fish are hanging out is exactly where they're supposed to be. There, as you can see behind me, you got a hard to find point, and where I'm finding most of my bites is where this bayou has some sharp bends in it, like this bend I just casted in. And what usually happens in the bends is it's a little bit deeper there than the straightaways in the bayou, and the bend and that point itself will create little eddies that the trout like to hang out in. So the bayou is about 7 foot, but in the bends it's like 10 or 11, and that's been the hot spot. Been seeing shrimp skipping all over the place in here. I mean, this place is alive. I'm impressed with this little bayou right here. Impressed. I'm just dribbling a 3/8 ounce black platinum with a lemon head, and it's been very effective so far. Got a really nice incoming tide right now, so pretty much as soon as I came in here, I could put the trolling motor down and just let the tide push me down this canal, and I've just been pushing back further and further, focusing in on the bends. When I catch one, I'll kind of face the trolling motor into the tide, because they're running in little packs, little schools. You might go 10 minutes without a bite, and then you get to the sweet zone and catch 5 or 10 in a row. Good little area. We've really had a nice morning this morning. Started off with redfish. The mouth of Bayou Lacombe went up in Bayou Lacombe. Caught some decent fish up in the ditches there. Noticed that the fish were wanting to be in these tighter ditches, so I just looked on the map, saw some out to the west, shot to the west, got in these bayous, and been catching fish all day. Got a different species. Little flounder. That's let's see, redfish, speckled trout, bass, white trout, and now flounder. Get the superfecta today. Superfecta. Flat daddy. It's a sight for sore eyes. Hopefully we have a good run of these this year. Flat daddies. Nice trout, foul hooked, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's what they told me. Look at that. Got a little grass, a little trout. Got him in the belly. It happens all the time when I'm jigging. Guess them fish are just looking at the lure. I get it right in the mouth. I mean, right in the belly. It's supposed to be in the mouth. I tell y'all what, I am impressed with this bayou. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out here. Oh, look at this. This fish is spitting up. Look at that little crab. Trout eating crabs, shrimp, everything that moves. I close it out here. Just gonna do some fun fishing. I'm interested in kind of dissecting this bayou and seeing what it's about. The lemonhead matrix shad was deadly. Subscribe to the monthly bait box. We'll be sending you some of these. This is one of our #1 baits we have. Come try jigging some bayous on the North Shore Lake Pontchartrain in that early fall and catching some nice trout like this right here. Till next time, guys, good fishing. Give us a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel.